the starting rotation is probably one of the best in the conference in the ACC, in my opinion. What's going on, Tar Heels? Alan here, one half of the Hill Brothers. Going to do a little baseball talk real quick for you. Going to talk about the UNC baseball potential pitching staff, go over names you probably want to know if you don't know them already. And we'll just get the weekend rotation out of the way real quick. You got Jason DeCaro, Jake Knapp, Folger Boaz, and possible midweek starter and Kyle Percival, maybe Aiden Houck. You know, he got a lot of Sunday starts. Houck was also drafted last season in the 16th round, I believe, but chose to come back. So between those five guys, the starting rotation is probably one of the best in the conference in the ACC, in my opinion. I'm not going to pretend to know who everybody's starting rotations are going to be. But with the rankings and the preseason accolades that UNC has received, and especially with DeCaro being a preseason All-American, you would probably have him slated as the Friday starter, then Nat probably your Saturday, then Boaz your Sunday, and both Jake and Folger are expected to be are a full go for the first weekend next weekend against Texas A&M. Then, if you switch it over to the bullpen, you're going to have familiar names: Matty Mateus, Cam Pageant, Olin Johnson. And you got to look out for Olin Johnson. He could possibly slide up into that midweek starting position also. Didn't quite have the freshman year that everybody was expecting him to have. So you look forward to seeing if he can step up and provide more to the roster and to the bullpen that he was able to last year. Then you got probably one of the guys I'd look out for that we got out of the transfer portal from Princeton is the Tom, and I'm going to mess this name all the way up, Tom Chmielewski. He came from Princeton, had 140 strikeouts in 97 innings, I believe, like a 1.66 ERA. And crazy stats for an Ivy leaguer. You don't expect that to continue in the ACC, but I mean, that's a big time arm. 140 strikeouts and less innings. He was striking out more people. He's had more strikeouts than innings pitched, and that's always a good ratio. He's not giving up a lot of runs, so you keep the opposing team off the scoreboard. You're doing something pretty good. Another transfer in, Dylan Weber. Look for him to make a big step. And you can't forget about Cam Pageant. Cam Pageant was a big-time piece coming out of the bullpen last year. Me personally, I would look for Mateus to take the Dalton Pence role, maybe your closer slash your workhorse. The guy that's really going to come in and give you those shutdown innings late in the ball game when you just can't allow a run, a hit. You got to keep the opposing team off the base pads. Look for Mr. Mateus to be trotting out of the bullpen like Dalton Pence would have been. And Kyle Percival being a local kid, it'll be interesting to see if he gets that midweek start. Him being a local kid, I'm definitely be pulling for him. I hope that he does, is able to slip into the starting rotation. Especially if he does slip past Aiden Houck, because Aiden Houck started a lot of Sundays after Boaz went down earlier in the season. Then, of course, you lost Jake Knapp before the season even started. So with Boaz and Knapp coming back, that really makes this a grade A pitching staff that North Carolina has assembled. Because essentially, I mean, you're getting two you're getting 2 back, and then you added the Tom, Dylan, Kel Bolton. Then people tend to forget about Boston Flannery. You know, he was on the staff last year. You really expect him to take a big step forward. Then you got another dark horse again, Olin Johnson. You know, I'm hearing a lot of good things about him. He pitched really well in the fall. Um, Again, he was supposed to come in and be a big time arm last season for his freshman season. Didn't quite work out that way, but there's no reason why his second season can't be just as successful. But yeah, that's a rundown. That's my rundown of the staff. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 so odd people. There are a few more on the pitching staff, but that is my list of athletes that I would think are going to be major contributors this year. I might like to hear other people's thoughts. Who are you going to think will be major contributors? Who do you think slides up into that Friday night role? Does Jason DeCaro stay in that Friday night role? Or does Jake Knapp eventually take that and DeCaro slips down to the Saturday role? Because we all know what Knapp provided in the 2023 season. He was absolutely outstanding. And then we can't forget Boaz was the Friday night starter last season before he got hurt. So you really got 3 Friday night starters that are going to split the entire weekend. So it's hard to find a weakness in this bullpen. A lot of the bullpen pitchers are right-handed. Kyle Percival is a lefty. So maybe, they throw him down into the bullpen and bring in Aiden Hauker and Olin Johnson for that midweek starter to keep Percival in for, select appearances when you need a left-handed pitcher. But yeah, man, I'm looking forward to the season. It's might as well say a week away. 1 week from today, the North Carolina Tar Heels take on the Texas A&M Red Raiders in Boschheimer Stadium. I don't think I'm going to make it, unfortunately. Don't mean I won't be watching. But yeah, that's just a little preview, a little looky look at at what North Carolina's going to be bringing as far as the pitching staff. Yep, that's all I got for you today. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Hope you enjoyed this short little segment on the UNC pitching staff. And as always, go Heels.